All right, today on the ropes, I have a special guest. Today, I have grandfather coach to Shakur Stevenson, Wali Moses. What's good?
How you doing, my brother? Everything good so far.
Hey man, let's jump right into it, man. How does it
Mm.
feel, man, to be a great granddaddy?
Well, it's really overwhelming now, because the similarities, between the child and Shakur are so overwhelming that it just takes me back.
It's such a weird feeling, coach, because I'm a new granddad myself 2 years
Mm.
ago. So, like you said, it's just an overwhelming feeling just
Right.
to be around your grandkids. It's a
Mm.
different feeling when you have kids and then you have grandkids.
Yeah, yes, it is. The legacy goes on.
The legacy goes on.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, Coach, how's training camp going so far?
Well, to be honest with you, like contrary to the last camp, Shakur came in the camp, he was. Expecting a baby. We came in a little sluggish at the start. And we got uphill and went downhill, and we went through that camp. Now this camp, Shakur and us, we had a good talk. And talking about now, you were the hunter, now you're the hunted. And he said, pop up, he said last camp, I had the baby coming, I didn't eat right, and whatever thing, I ate a lot of fast food. He said it's not gonna be like that again. So when we came to this here camp, you could clearly see, man, there was like night and day, and man, and since the start of camp, man, he's been looking exceptionally well. I mean, exceptionally well.
Do you see a more focused course since having a baby?
It's not more focused, but a more determined Shakur towards his goal, because his goal was never to have a baby, but his goal was to become the best athlete that he could be. And I see him, through his maturization, that he's adapting to that, and his focus hasn't deterred any, and he's pretty much staying within himself.
With that being said, Coach, the fight will take place in Las Vegas, April
Hmm.
30th, Madison, the MGM
Right.
Grand Arena. Man, how excited, man, is for that to take place out there in Las Vegas?
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. I'd love if he was fighting at home. But we could take it anywhere we can get it. Shakur didn't want any opportunity for this fight to slip away. So you heard about things, concessions were made and everything to make sure this here fight didn't fall through. So being here, it's exciting, as any other championship fight. But the MGM is special. It's where a lot of people and champions for that, and I think for him, he's really elated and ready to go.
With that being said, Coach, a lot of things have taken place recently with Top Rank. You see a
Mm,
lot of signings going on
mm,
right now. What are your thoughts on that, especially what you see right now with the new signing, the three contract deal with Devin Haney, and where
right.
does that put in place as far as promotional wise with all the young fighters that they have among Top Rank?
Well, it looks like to me an opportunity for Top Rank to capitalize off the making the money of the best fights out there that are available right now. You know, if it wasn't for anything from the game, I'm pretty sure, they wouldn't have made the fight. Particularly that a couple of titles are not in their hands anymore. So they'll do everything to get them back.
With that being said, Coach, for this fight with Oscar Valdez, you really
Hmm.
had to fight and push to get this fight.
Right.
Like you said, go through certain concessions and
Hmm.
and pretty much take certain things in order to get this fight done.
Right.
How important is that for the legacy of Shakur Stevenson?
Well, for his legacy, it's like that shows that he's willing to fight anybody, for whatever reason necessary. Like this fight against Oscar Valdez is not that it's Oscar Valdez, but Oscar Valdez is just one person in the way of his destiny. The way we look at it, you know what I'm saying? So, looking at that as every other fight, any other fighter, we give Oscar all the respect that we give any other champion, and we're looking at it just like that to be a great fight, but we're looking to have a really great performance.
One of the things that was signing with Top Rank,
Mm,
Shakur made it very clear. He wants to fight the very best.
Right.
With that being said, Coach, not looking ahead, what is the next move after a fight with for unification with Oscar Valdez? What do you see going next?
Well, I see, a couple of fights, belts are still out there, I'm pretty sure he will want to try to obtain those, and, whatever is left for him at this here weight class, so be it. The destiny is still to prove that he's the best fighter in the world. So, the only option is moving on up to the good times, yeah.
How's the new gym in Jersey, Coach?
Oh, dynamic. I have a couple of gyms in Jersey, about to build a third one with an indoor track, quarter-mile track, and we have a great program, man. You notice if you produce athletes like, Lil Vito Manick, a lot of people don't realize that in 2016, Shakur Stevenson was USA Boxer of the Year. In 2017, John Bowser was USA Boxer of the Year. Both come out of my system, you know what I mean? And you'll find out that, we produce a lot of fighters down there. A lot of people don't realize, like Shakur's USA Olympic, run, was done with me most of the time because I left USA Boxing in 2015. And by that time, Shakur had already won everything else, Only thing that I wasn't there was for the Olympics and the WSA box, the mandatory boxing to enter the Olympic trials. But other than that, everything's been going well. So from then until now, so the program at the gym has really developed a lot of great athletes. I have about 3 or 4 grandsons that you'll shortly be seeing and seeing a lot of the similarities of Shakur within them. And you'll see a lot of similarities, as far as technique coming out of a lot of the boxers of our program. I have 2 grandsons. We call him Fat Boy. Yo, he's special. Wait till you see him, man. He's knocking everybody out and been doing it since he was a kid.
Just thinking about just going back to what you were saying about the program and everything. You also
Mhm.
have what you call, I guess, recently a couple of months ago, the Shakur Stevenson Showcase for amateur boxers.
Right, 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 right.
How did that all come about for that to take place in Atlantic City?
Well, a good friend, Dow Davis, man, he and I, we got together and we had been talking about things. We visit each other and we often talk. So he gave us the idea to do it. So we had took the opportunity to do it for the kids and, to give them a showcase there in Atlantic City. And, for the first time, I say it went exceptionally well, exceptionally well.
How important are those showcases like that for the young amateur boxers to get that type of exposure?
It's that, see, the thing about it is, like most, you'll find out most inner city boxers and whatnot, they live in what I call around, in that little inner city circle. And a lot of them never get a chance to experience things outside of that. So when they get the opportunity to go outside of that realm and experience the boxing world, where you find out that we got one of the best camaraderies going on, the hardly little racism, anything. We crossed all the color barriers and everything in boxing. So they see that environment of a unified environment. And, I always teach coaches that boxing is just like going to school. You graduate from one level to the next level. And, the amateur experience is very important to the development of all amateurs because when you get that opportunity to fight in a lot of the national tournaments of all the different styles here in the USA, and then you move on to international competition, it gives you a hell of a lot of experience where a lot of athletes may not rather go through that experience because they feel like they may diminish their value, to the promoters and whatnot, and they take the shorter route, which in the long term hurts them. Now, Devin Haney is a little bit different because Devin had the opportunity to go 2 years and has 2 years with me in international boxing. He went to two world tournaments, and he was the youngest person on the team. So he got a lot of international experience. People don't realize that, And Devin is lot harder worker than people think, because Devin had a lot on his shoulders being the youngest person on the team, and he trained just as hard as any of the athletes down there. We had Erickson Lubin, Charles Cromwell, Shakur, my man from Texas just fought too long ago. His brother was a world champion, and you know he stood and held his own. So it's quite detrimental to the development of all the amateurs and all athletes.
Now, with the Shakur Stevenson Showcase, Coach, will that be an annual event that will take place every year or twice a year?
Yes, we're looking to do it every year. Every year, you know, it's an honor. It's one of Shakur's way of giving back. You know, giving a lot of the kids that I have that don't have the opportunity to come out display these here kids, and we try to bring a lot of the promoters out and a lot of people that really invest in boxers so they can showcase their skills in front of them all.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to highlight someone on the team, man. Who is Shakur's strength and conditioning coach, man? He looks in phenomenal shape right now.
Well, Jack Edwards, man. Jack Edwards is the only one that I really and trust with Shakur, because he's the only one that have, the experience of being around champion and being around quality fighters. So Jack is the only one that's really entrusted with his physical training other than myself.
How important is that when it comes to cutting weight, Coach? Because sometimes you'll see a lot of fighters who will come into the weigh-in, look really drained and sunken in, but you've never seen that with Shakur.
Just then, come here. Well, I'm going to give it to you. A lot of it is attributed to this young lady right here. She's his cook, and she prepares his meals. She does a lot of his preparation for all his drinks and anything that he needs to do in his preparation for training. She helps him out a lot.
Man, Coach, man, I'm so excited. I cannot wait for the fight taking place April 30th out
Right.
there in Vegas. Looking for Shakur to come out victorious. How do you see that fight going on that night?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Shakur has been, since we came into the pros, especially 126. From 122 to 126. Shakur had said he wanted to fight the best, and he had seen Oscar up there, as well as the other guys that he's seen that were in front of him. He had to get there, but he was looking. He'd seen Oscar, not like I said. I respect all athletes, and I don't mean any disrespect, but he felt like he's a better athlete than him. That was at a younger age, and he's matured much longer. He's got bigger, he's got stronger, he's got smarter, faster, and he think now his chances would have been better then, but now he feels like, man, he's even put a more gap between him and Oscar. And the way if the fight goes like the sparring goes, it won't be a long night.
Won't be a long night.
It won't be a long night. We put, a couple of times, we put, top rankers born partners in, and fast as they come in, he send them out because they weren't competitive. And this time has been much more so than any other time. And, I think that's attributed to him coming into camp, in the right state of mind and the right conditioning, and really determined to go ahead and succeed at all his goals.
Man, I truly appreciate your time tonight, Coach, as always.
You too, my good brother.
And man, keep doing what you're doing. Tell Shakur, man, I'm proud of everything you're doing. I'm looking for him to come out victorious.
Yeah. Guess what? He is too.
I know that. Thank you for your time, Coach, tonight.
You got it, bro. Anytime.
I appreciate it. Take
appreciate
care,
it. All right.
All right.
Thank you.